Nothing is more precious in the world than a child, and parents everywhere who have hired caregivers more and more hope and pray that they have made the right choice. But sometimes, even when parents have done everything right, real life can go horribly wrong. A warning, some of the video you're about to see is disturbing. Here's NBC's Ron Allen.
Sometimes a secret camera catches a nanny brutally shaking a baby. Louise Woodward's case is the most well-known. The British teen found guilty in the death of an 8-month-old. Now this woman, Noella Alec, faces charges of abusing Sarah Jane Donohue when she was just 5 days old. Alec's statement to police says, at 1 a.m. one morning when the baby wouldn't wake up for a feeding, quote, I began to shake her. I shook her hard.
Monster is the only word we can come up with.
Sarah suffered brain damage, 2 broken collarbones, and broken ribs. Doctors tell us every year they see up to 1,600 cases of what's called shaken baby syndrome. And as awareness spreads, they say it's getting more difficult for abusers to get away with the old excuse, the baby just fell. Victims tend to be only a few months old, with severe head or brain injuries because they have no control of their necks. Why does it usually happen? Crying.
A baby cries, you feed them, you change them, you burp them, they continue to cry. And unfortunately, one of the ways you deal with your frustration with that is to shake the baby.
And parents often don't know what's happened.
The interesting part about shaken baby syndrome is there aren't marks on the outside in at least half of the cases.
Shaken babies have a wide range of symptoms, from extreme irritability to difficulty breathing. Or in the case of little Sarah, her parents worried when she couldn't eat well or cry out loud, so they went to their doctor for help. For today, Ron Allen, NBC News, New York.
Patrick and Vanessa Donohue, along with their 2.5-month-old baby, Sarah Jane, are joining us now this morning. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
It bears repeating this confession from this baby nurse. She said, Noella Alec said, I tried to feed her with a bottle, but she wouldn't wake up. At that point, I began to shake her. I shook her hard. Your daughter was just 5 days old when this happened. At what point did you realize that something was wrong with Sarah Jane?
Well, my wife started getting signals from different parts. Vanessa's mom, really started right away saying there's something going wrong. We then started noticing that she wasn't eating that well. She was very lethargic. She wasn't crying at all.
She was limp. Her body was very limp.
Yeah, she was sleeping too much.
Sleeping all the time.
And then Vanessa was trying to breastfeed, and finally she brought in a lactation specialist to come in and try to help out, because Vanessa thought maybe there was something that she was doing wrong. And Vanessa's instincts, after this lactation specialist
the specialist said that asked if she had seen a pediatrician, and also commented that she's too sleepy and lethargic to even attempt breastfeeding, and that was when I knew there's something wrong here. I had no idea what it was, but for her to say she's a lactation specialist, that she couldn't even attempt the breastfeeding.
And Vanessa Sarah Jane had attached,
before the injury.
Before this monster did this to her, she'd actually attached, and all of a sudden she wasn't able to breastfeed.
Yeah.
So just a combination of multiple factors, and at the end of the day, it was really kind of Vanessa's motherly instinct that that brought her back to the doctor and eventually to the hospital.
And when you went to the hospital, Vanessa,
yes,
you were told the injuries that your little girl had suffered.
Yeah.
What? Two broken collarbones,
multiple
broken ribs, and severe damage.
Yeah, the worst was that they said that it was severe brain damage.
From a scale from 1 to 10, they said it was an 8.
It was an 8.
To her full cortex, which has so much control over your body and your life.
To everything.
Your first-time parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
What went through you when you realized that something had been done to your...
Well, we didn't realize it right away that something had been done. We thought something, we never in our wildest dreams thought that someone had done this to her.
Even when we were in the hospital for a couple of days, we just thought there's something wrong with our baby and let's get to the bottom of it.
Not until they told us the skeletal x-rays showed that clearly it was trauma.
It was trauma. That was when they knew.
And we knew immediately that this monster had done this to her.
Because we knew.
Because there were only the 2 or 3 of us that had access to her.
You two and
my
grandmother.
Right, grandma.
So a monster. You called the police.
Well, the police were notified immediately. I mean, the hospital I mean, when a case like this happens, they immediately have to call ACS and the police, and they were telling us this, and we told them if they didn't, we would.
They have to investigate all of us.
And in our family, the Special Victims Unit of the NYPD, that they're true heroes in our family.
Yes.
Because they got to the bottom of this in 36 hours. The detectives that worked on this, they'll forever be in our thanks.
Was there anything, with 20/20 hindsight, I mean, I know that she came highly recommended, this nanny, correct?
Yes, yes.
You interviewed her and you thought,
We interviewed
she's got a
20.
great
We interviewed
personality.
20 baby nurses. We did background checks, references. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't interview what's inside someone's heart or soul.
Yeah, that's the only way that we can.
And in one of our messages to people, the reason why we're coming forth is not to stop trusting people. I mean, we don't want that. I mean,
There's a lot of amazing caregivers out there.
Right.
We know
What
that.
is your message then? How can people, you came forward really courageously this morning to sort of send a message to other parents who are in a situation of having a child and having to pick somebody to take care of their child. What is that message?
Well, I mean, the three things we came forward. One is obviously to have as many prayers for Sarah Jane as possible, and to thank the thousands and tens of thousands of people all over the country, all the world, to have, gone to the website and have laid prayers, or even in their own churches
I'm
and
so
synagogues.
grateful to those people. I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart.
We read every one of them
single,
to Sarah Jane before
every
they go
single-
on the website.
We read every single one, and we appreciate
So we want to
it
thank,
so much.
because right now it's really in God's hands and Sarah Jane's, so the more people we have storming heaven, the better.
And we need a miracle for our baby.
And you want to thank the caregivers, and you want to tell parents just to sort of be aware.
Well,
that
at the
these
end of the
kinds
day,
things can
as I
happen.
said, you can't tell what's inside someone's heart. So at the end of the day, the most important thing is to really trust your mother's instincts.
This person came to us. What I liked so much was that she had experience with triplets and twins and colicky babies. So to take care of our little daughter, it just
And we didn't. I mean,
we
we
were
just
very
wanted.
hands-on. I
we
was
wanted
staying
an
home.
expert.
I mean, this isn't like I was home with the baby the whole time.
We were first-time parents. I mean, the reason why we brought someone into our
To
home
teach us.
was to teach us to be the best parents possible.
Yeah, like changing diapers, taking baths. We didn't know how to do all that.
Well, I know that this little girl, we wish, all of us who are listening, I know, wish the best for her, and you won't know her future for some time now, and I'm certain that you will be getting prayers as a result of your being here today. But thank you so much for sounding this cautionary note for other parents this
really wanna
morning.
thank
you so
everybody.
much, Patrick and Vanessa and sweet baby Jane.